Hi, welcome to VNN. We have a special guest today, Kenisha Arora, a young student from Western University who is one of the 10 finalists for a $100,000 Global Student Prize. Let us hear more about it from her. Welcome to the show, Kenisha.
Thank you so much, Mr. Menon, for having me here today. It's an absolute pleasure to be on your show and a great honor for me to even be selected as a top 10 finalist for the Czech Global Student Prize. This prize is given to students who have achieved academic success and are very dedicated towards serving their own community and giving back. So it's a great honor to be recognized at this level.
What is the criteria under which you have been shortlisted?
So it's a big focus on academic success, community engagement, and young people's leadership across the world. There were 7,000 nominees this year.
What is the criteria under which you have been shortlisted for this prize?
This prize is given to students who've made an impact in their community, have achieved academic success, and are leaders in their community, inspiring other young people to make a difference and solve the world's greatest problems.
Okay. Tell us something about your organization, Hope Sisters, and what is it all about?
Absolutely. We started the Hope Sisters during the pandemic when a lot of the seniors were feeling isolated. My sister and I really saw the toll it took on everyone's well-being, and we wanted to do something to restore humanity and hope back into the world. And so we started off by writing cards to seniors in long-term care and retirement homes, and that has now transitioned into a movement of hope. We have 50 school chapters across the world, and we continue to inspire other people to join our movement of spreading hope to the world. And through the initiative, we've actually been also able to serve over 5,000 children in foster care through our Project Hope Bags. And we're so grateful for all the support for our entire community, and especially the small businesses who gave to us when they didn't have much to give. And it was really inspiring to know that the entire community wants to become what we call hope spreaders and really just restore humanity back into the world.
And then whose idea was it to start this organization? You or your sister?
It was really both of our idea.
Both of you can't think at the same time. Who started off this thing?
So I came back after volunteering from the hospital, and I had to say goodbye to some of my favorite patients. And I remember leaving them, and they said, they felt very hopeless because they couldn't see their family because of the COVID protocols, and they couldn't see their grandchildren. So what I did for one senior was that I wrote a card, and then she told me that, Kenisha, you've given me a sense of hope. And I told that to my sister, and Alicia told me that, we have to give hope to so many other seniors who also feel isolated. So it was really her who took the initiative of saying, we need to start writing cards for more seniors. And that night we wrote over 2,000 cards for seniors in long-term care. We wrote them using Google Translate, translated them into different languages, and just worked with our ministers and MPs to give them out.
So your sister is still involved in this project?
100%.
She didn't apply for the prize?
Sorry?
She didn't apply for the prize?
No, she didn't get nominated this year.
She said maybe next year, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. I was reading that you wanted to become a cardiothoracic surgeon.
Yes, that's correct.
What are you studying at Western?
I'm studying medical sciences. I'm in my third year at Western.
Okay. So why not a dentist or a ear and throat specialist? Why a cardiothoracic surgeon?
It's a really big personal story. My grandmother in India had a lot of health problems, and ever since then I was curious to learn more about the causes of her death, and one of the big ones being the cardiovascular system. So ever since then I've been doing research into women's health, and I realized that a lot of the studies, the medicines, and even what we're prescribed, there's not a lot of testing done on women themselves, so we don't even know what the effects of these medicines are on us girls. And to learn about this gap in cardiac health knowledge for women, especially young women, I realized that this was something that I needed to fill the gap in. And if I didn't do it, then, I couldn't rely on the rest of the world too.
This Hope Sisters, what other things are you involved with?
So at my university, I sit as a senator, and I'm the chair of our student senate. So I represent the student voices, and we really come together to reimagine the future of academic policy and how, academic policy better influences our chances at school, our academic success, our well-being, and just our engagement as young people and students who are really passionate about learning. So a lot of the initiatives that I work on are focused on stimulating research, re-energizing research. I had a lot of meetings today with our Senate members about better understanding how we can better serve students and provide them with more research opportunities and stimulate experiential learning as well. I also sit on our board of governors at Western University, so I take care of more of the corporate side of things, and I better manage the budget of students and the budget that Western has to best suit students and their needs and concerns specifically. I'm also part of our science council, so it's really great to get to work with students who are really passionate about science and their learning, and I love hearing from them about their perspectives.
And so we all have 24 hours to work. It seems you have 30 or 40 hours every day.
No.
You do so many things, eh? I mean, and you have full support of your parents, I presume.
100%. I mean, my dad's always the first one who drives across Canada and across Ontario to, pick up the bags that we printed or pick up the donations that we have. And even when I travel for the conferences for UNESCO, he's always the one supporting me and assisting me with that as well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about UNESCO. I mean, what is your role there as UNESCO representative for Europe and North America?
Yes, exactly. So I'm the youth representative of UNESCO, and I sit on the high-level steering committee for SDG 4, which is about quality education. And so UNESCO is the UN division for education, science, and culture. And this is exactly what my term entails. And because of my work as a former school board trustee in the Canada area of Ontario, I have the experience as well in terms of leveraging academic policy and then reshaping it to best fit students' needs. And that's exactly what I do in my university. And so now at the UNESCO stage, we're really looking at what does quality education mean and how can we not only change education, but transform it so that everyone has access to quality education. In Canada, we talk about, the best schools with the best ratings, the best reputation. And the big thing that we always talk about is why do we have to compete for quality education? Why is there so much competition that students have to fight for spots to even get quality education? I mean, my parents moved from India to give me a better education here in Canada. And I've been so fortunate, and it's really transformed my life and the future that my parents had in their mind themselves as well. And so education really is the foundation for change. And it's only by educating young people that climate literacy can even become climate action. Digital literacy can become digital a transformation. And a book can become a dream, a pen can become a policy, and the microscope can become a cure for cancer. And it's only by educating people that we can even get to that transformation. So I'll be joining the UN General Assembly next week to advocate for the right to quality education for all children, students, and young people. And I'll be joined with a lot of the heads of states and presidents and prime ministers of the world to really call them for collective action and commit to transforming education in their countries.
When is that? Next month? When is the General Assembly?
It is September 19th is the Leaders' Day, and I'll be leaving on September 15th for the Youth Mobilization Day on the 16th.
Where in New York? Where are you going to?
Yes, exactly, New York.
And have you traveled elsewhere for UNESCO?
Yes, I just came back from Paris last month and we had the pre-summit over there at the UNESCO headquarters. And I was really fortunate to be able to meet such high-level figures and even empower them to start working towards, with young people, reshaping policy and transforming education.
Have you been to India?
Yes, I was born in India. I mean, I've been back to India. I got a lot of invitations when I was at the World Higher Education Conference. A lot of the team members from Swamiji and the UMA's team, they were present at that conference, and they invited me for the inauguration on August that the hospital just opened, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it.
Hmm. And where in India? Where in India were you born?
New Delhi.
New Delhi. Okay. What will you do with your prize money if you are named the winner?
Well, as I mentioned before, I'm really passionate about women's health research. And
Hmm.
so to me, I really want to mitigate that gap and, not having that much information and underfunding research. My ideal dream goal in life would be to start a women's health research center that is really focused on understanding the needs of women, their healthcare, and testing to understand, how do really medicines and prescription medicines and drugs work on women's that we prescribe missing and we haven't yet looked at. But a lot of the other money I would want to donate to the Hope Sisters and continue strengthening the work that our chapters are doing and build more chapters to support Ukrainian children by giving them the hope eggs that we've created. We've already started doing this in Austria for the Ukrainian children who fled to Austria, but I'd like to do the same for other children who fled to other countries and really just give them the childhood experiences that they are missing out on because of, fleeing from a country with a lot of lost humanity and a lot of, that needs to be restored. So that would be my other goal. And supporting children in Africa, we've started a chapter in Malawi to give children education, and we're giving them our Hope STEM kits that are really focused on providing them with STEM educational opportunities. And I'd love to do the same for more children as well.
Who's helping you to say create these sort of units in other countries and Hope Sisters in different branches?
It's
Somebody
really
helping you,
been
other organizations?
Yes, we've had the support from a lot of organizations like Tim Hortons Canada and the Gates Foundation, UN Canada, but especially the members that I've met through the UNESCO conferences and also the passionate young leaders that really have that vision of wanting to do more and wanting to be a part of the Hope Spreader community. They've reached out to us and saying, how can we spread hope to our community? And hope looks different in every single community. So what someone needs hope here, the way that they get hope is different than how it is in Malawi or Somalia and other countries like that. So we're really just learning from those young leaders, and they're championing this effort, and we're doing our best to support them and financially and even provide them with anything that we can.
And as a chair of the Student Senate, you're the chair now at the moment.
Yes.
What is your role there? What do you do there?
Yeah, so right now we're focusing a lot on, academic policy. How do we leverage the policies that have been placed in our Senate to really, especially the students in our Western campus? Right now, the biggest challenge being student well-being. And there's a lot of different motions that we're going to be advocating for, and I'd be happy to share that with you as they come up. And right now, is orientation week at Western, so we're trying to manage that as well. And I also sit on our student council's board of directors, so I am a proud supporter of all the work that they're doing and the advocacy work that we're doing through that organization as well. But through the student senate, as a chair, I work with all the student senators, and I really bring them together from all the faculty so that we can work together to fit the needs of students.
That's interesting. Have you contacted or been in touch with any of the other finalists, other 9 people? Yeah.
Yes, I have. I've been in contact with them, and it's so inspiring to hear their stories as well. I mean, they're all incredible leaders, and I can't wait to work with them even after, the final winner is announced. I'm really excited. I know all of us deserve this, and we've done such incredible work, and I can only imagine how much stronger impact we can make by working together. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, all the best, Kenisha. I hope you win the prize, and that'll be an honor for Canada as well. And
Thank you so much.
all the best again. And anyway, we have been listening to Kenisha Arora, a young student from Western University. I mean, she's a dynamic young woman, and she has a lot of things on her plate at the moment. And I hope you succeed in everything. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenisha. Yeah, thanks.
I really appreciate all your patience and support. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.